think you're the first one in here tonight. Ryan, what's going on, buddy? Robert, welcome in. Hey, I sent you a message, Robert, on that buy me a coffee. Tonight or tomorrow night is its last night, so I'm going to take one last walk around there. Murakami, what's going on? And of course, if we're at the Link Promenade, I'm going to have to probably stop by and get myself a coffee. You got the notification also, Murakami. So I'm still wondering what's going to be going in Senior Frogs. I do not think it's the American. That's kind of big for the American, if you ask me. I know American is going to be in Treasure Island, but I don't know where. I did see signage back over behind the CVS at one of the old stores over there. So as soon as we find out, maybe we'll take a walk through there a different night. So let's walk. How's that for the Tadpole Cafe, right? That would be cool. Make something new. Now, there's been rumors that they were going to put in some sort of like animatronic water drone mermaids in the lagoon there. A lot of traffic out on the strip tonight. You just ate a Hershey's s'mores. Yo, them things are humongous, Alan. And thanks for the coffee again earlier. That was awesome finally meeting you. Me and Jay will be out tomorrow night, so let's try to meet up tomorrow night. We go up. We're gonna go up the first broken escalator, otherwise known as metal stairs. What time is it? It is I think 8:07. I disconnected my smartwatch from my phone and I forgot to reconnect it so I can update the time. Yeah, it is early out here. So this is one of the pedestrian overpasses, and you can see that they have it all blocked off, so you can no longer see down on the strip. It goes up about 9 feet because I can't even reach the top. So that's to block your view from for the F1. There's netting on top also to keep people from throwing shit. Vonda, what's going on? Welcome in. Up on the Venetian. grandstands are coming along pretty well here. We'll take a stop over here and take a look at them in a second. We got the Qbert floor. Almost. So what do we got? We got 10 more days before the official F1 race. 12 more days, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, this crew up here is really working fast. Well, I guess 12 more days and that'll be the first night. That'll be the time trials and all that stuff. Yeah, I know, I love that floor, Mark. So you can see that deck is basically a little bit higher than where we're standing. So, and then they sit up there. This is the back side of it, so. You know what would be cool? Getting like a good video of this floor and then doing like an AI like Qbert jumping all over this floor. That would be cool. Little view of the Hard Rock over there. See the tower cranes. Getting glass on the backside here. Now it's neat. I was watching another video. That back wall here, you can't really see it all that well, but that is like one of the, I guess, elevator shafts right in the center. So the glass is just going to go right against the concrete, so they have to do that from the outside, not from the inside like we've seen them do all the other times. The noise is something else. I just saw, I got to find it. It's in my Google Photos somewhere. Some footage from last year, one of the practice nights. We were up here on the strip, but we didn't come up here for the race last year. I'm not sure if we're going to do the race this year or not, because there's a lot of people that are up here, a lot of cell phones. The signal really isn't that great, so I don't know if it's worth even coming up to stream that night. You can see all the traffic. We're going to be heading down that way pretty soon. All right, let's walk. Bears, what's going on? How you doing tonight? So this is, all right, this is like one of the most annoying sections of walkway for me here. I mean, I love the floors, obviously. Just chilling with the pup, awesome. But as we come up here and you see where these people are turning, so the flow of traffic, they make you crisscross. It's something that really drives me nuts. Like, I'm supposed to go straight here, but the people that are coming down and going into the Venetian come down on this side. So when it's really crowded, you kind of have people making a crisscross X, and it really bottlenecks everybody up. It really just drives me kind of insane. It's one of those things that probably most people don't notice, but when you are out here live streaming all the time, you notice those things. What kind of pup do you have, Bears? A Yorkie named Hershey, nice. I love Yorkies. I've turned into like a small dog guy. You know, I had a Great Dane who passed about a year ago, a little over a year ago now. And he was huge. He was a Euro Dane. He maxed out at like 200 pounds. And yeah, that was pretty sad. But he loved our small dogs. And it was funny. I should post a video of him playing with the small dogs. I mean, they're like 4-pound dogs that he just loved, and like they would just jump all over him. So now we got a couple small dogs. Panda is our biggest. She weighs in at about 18 to 20 pounds. Pippa's, I think, about 8 or 9, and Presley is a big whopping, probably 3.5 to 4 pounds. She's a tiny little thing, full of spunk though. They're all fun dogs. Yeah, Great Danes are awesome. I just don't know if I would want another giant breed anytime soon, because they are a lot of work. He had like severe separation anxiety, and he had low confidence, so he was always looking for like praise. So he was like my shadow anywhere I went. My Frenchie's an asshole. Yeah, small dogs can be kind of asshole-ish. Murakami's likes the boxers. He was actually he was like 10 years old. I think he would have turned 10 last year. So, or maybe he would have turned 9 last year. We had him since 2016. So we had him for 8 years, and he was almost a year old when we got him. We got him from some people in our old neighborhood who were getting rid of him because their Great Dane was about 3 and started to be mean to him. So they were looking for like a $500 rehoming fee. And we were like, all right, well, let's meet this dog. So we brought our little Chihuahua around to meet him, and they got along fine. And he just immediately took to me. And the lady who was rehoming him called her husband, and she was like, you know what? He seems to really, really like you guys, and you know, we'll forego the rehoming fee. And they just really had a rehoming fee because they didn't want, like, you know, shitty people to get them. So he had a great life with us. He actually drove with me from Philly to Vegas in 2020 when, yes, he did choose me, yes. He drove with me from Philly to Vegas in 2020. So, with $20 in free slot play. No, so what people do, Glitter and Coffee, is a lot of people, they don't want their dog to go like to a shitty house. So they'll say there's like $1,000 or $500 rehoming fee. And that'll keep the people away that just want, like, you know, this expensive Great Dane that have no experience with them. But we had experience with Great Danes, knew what they needed and things like that. So a lot of times those people, you know, they're just trying to weed out the people that are trying to like flip the dog. Maybe get the dog off of them and then try to sell the dog. You know what I mean? So like a 10-month-old Great Dane, like if you would have bought him, gave them the $500, you probably still could have got $1,000 for him. And so a lot of times people charge that just to keep those type of people away. So yeah, but they, you know, they were like, yeah, we're not, you know, and they gave us so much stuff. This dog was like spoiled before he came to us, and then he got really spoiled when he came to live with us, because me and Jay had a queen size bed that fit me, Jay, and this Great Dane that had to lay next to me. So like I said, he was just a big baby, you know. And you know, we waited until, no, they actually do not need a ton of exercise. They like to go on walks, but they're not really big on running and stuff like that. Like, I used to try to get them to jog or take them to the dog park, throw the ball. He'd chase it twice and then be like, yeah, I'd throw it again, and he would just walk over to get it. So, not really, like, they're really good apartment dogs from what I hear. But no, they're I would consider like a puppy, but it would have to be the puppy. Glitter, yeah, no, there was a few times like he just looked at me like, why'd you throw the freaking ball? I'm right here, you could have handed it to me. Yeah. But it was funny, when we brought him home, we also had like 2 cats at the house. And we walked in the house and the cat jumped up on the sofa right next to where he was, and it freaked him out. And he just took off, and he was like scared to death of the cats until, like, you know, they kind of warmed up, and like then he started loving the cats. So it was pretty cool. It was interesting to see the dynamics of a 180-pound dog being bossed around by all these like small cats and smaller dogs like chihuahuas and stuff. Where's Mud? We got lots of moons out here, Mud. My son has a cat that has never left his bedroom, and our one dog Panda is obsessed with that cat, and the cat is actually bigger than the dog.
I'm fine.
Lots of moons out tonight, Mud. Full moons. We're gonna go in the promenade up here. My son wants to get himself some In-N-Out, so we'll get him some In-N-Out. I'll go get me a coffee, and then I think we're gonna walk over to Bellagio. Yeah, there's probably full of craters. Them moons up on Fremont Street. I think that's zoomed in. I'm trying to figure out what's the best like zoom for YouTube, because it's a little bit different than you can see the beacon all the way down there. It's calling you, Mud. It's saying, come on out next year, SEMA, Mud, Luxor.
Excuse me, guys.
Yeah, so last night I deleted about 75 gigabytes of pictures and videos off of my phone last night. It was like, I have the one app, and every time I make an edit on it, it puts a new it saves the video onto my phone. I got to go in and find that setting where it doesn't auto save, because if it's a larger video, it just like keeps saving it and saving it and saving it every time I back out of it. So it doesn't rewrite the file, which is kind of annoying. So we'll walk him down to In-N-Out, and then we'll walk back up to Sweet Sin. And then we'll meet back up with him. Buddy's Jersey Eats has a couple of sandwiches that look pretty decent that I want to try. So the flamingo sign, oh, there we go. Now it just turned blue again. I knew that was changing colors. I've never seen it change colors before. It's going from pink to blue. I want to thank everyone who is joining us right now. If you have not subscribed to our channel, subscribe to our channel. Hit that like button. When does Vanderpump open? What the Cromwell? That is supposed to. I think Vanderpump's supposed to take over the Cromwell in January. I think that's when that officially happens. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I think the Cromwell already has like a Vanderpump-ish feel in there, so I don't know if there's much remodeling that needs to get done. I kind of, to be honest with you, I kind of forgot that was happening. You know what I really, really like about on here? I really like that, like, I don't get battle invites every freaking 10 seconds like we do on YouTube. Because even if when I turned off the battle invite button on TikTok, and I was getting them today, so. You're a Bravo geek. Jay has a chance to maybe go to BravoCon, so that's going to be exciting for her.
You want me to order, run the car down to you, and go to Sweet Sin?
No, I got cash.
Huh?
I got cash.
Okay. There you go. You don't want anything here?
No. Alan, I don't see. Here's my thing about the battles, right? Like, they can be fun. Like, I've done some fun ones. Like, I've battled B-Boys one time, with Baby Cow at one time, or a couple times, Spin. Like, when you're battling people, you know, things like that, it can be kind of fun, right? Where you guys know the person that you're battling, and, you know, it's kind of like a fun thing. But what I don't like about the battles is that it really is TikTok telling the fans, your fans, your followers, that, hey, we don't want to pay out these people, so you pay these people out. So that's what I don't like doing the battles, because you guys are following me to walk around Vegas. I show you guys the sites. You guys chat it up in the chat, right? Because that's our community name now, right? Neon City Chatters, for you guys in the chat. I forgot to mention that earlier. You know, we do the walking, you guys do the talking. You know, it's fun for everyone, right? When I go and do a battle, it's like it takes away from what you guys actually tuned in to see. So that's kind of like my take on the battles. The live earlier was pretty good. Actually, Mud got to meet Alan. Had some Hello Kitty coffee. walked around outside of the park for a little bit, and then just walked back and had to run and grab my kids and stuff. So Bear, so do I. And you know what? It's really annoying to me now that I've tried 2 lives now in a row. I've tried to turn the invites off, and I still get invites. It's like TikTok. I don't want to buy it all. So, you know, it's been like that for a while. Like I tried to do the battle thing, and I just did not like it. So we're gonna go and walk around in here for a minute. Check out all the good candy before we go and sweets in, because it's probably going to be a couple minutes for him to get his stuff. So what's everyone's favorite candy in here? Yeah, I think sometimes some of the people, they just do way too many battles. You're watching like a live stream and that's all it is. But if you're part of an agency on TikTok, they really push you to do the battles too. So, some really cool Pez dispensers here. Still haven't found any Las Vegas Pez dispensers. All the inappropriate candies, anything dark chocolate. Listen, I know exactly which candy Mud likes. I'm gonna take his over. I know exactly what candy Mud likes. Mud likes the 2-foot long worm. That's what Mud likes. This is all the gummy stuff. There's the pickles. Tiff, aren't you a pickle? Pickles in here. Have you ever had the sour pickles? But look how big this giant gummy bear is. So these are big giant jawbreakers. They're like those swirl ones. 20 is 20. Sweetson actually has really good ones. Some really good Dubai chocolate bears. They have these ones over here, Tiff. The blow pops. Look how big. They're like as big as a softball. But no, they're actually filled with a bunch of smaller ones. It's kind of like fakes you out. Let's look and see. What dark chocolates? Oh, they got fudge and stuff upstairs, Murakami. They don't really have a whole lot of chocolate in here. They got all the M&Ms and all that stuff. These are my favorite candies right here, peanut chews. They're my favorite candies. Oh, they got a candy named after me, Big Hunk. I wish. There's some inappropriate candies here too. They got the Slowpoke candy. Notice: do not bring your daughter. Yes, do not. My kids would just have a shopping cart full of crap here. Where are those? Don't they have those? Oh, here they are. I knew they had these in here. The pickle in a pouch. Blue raspberry. Extremely sour pickle.
Do they like
I don't know about that. And then they have the sour dill.
Trying to get them something they wouldn't have.
Big chunk.
Right.
Let's go see. Let's go look around for some more inappropriate candy. I know. That's those pickles did not sound appetizing.
Do your girls like eggs and double eggs?
What are these? These are like little sour shots. Ugh.
Yeah, and it is. That's right.
These are ants. Got the worm. Who's eating the worm? If you tried one of those, it wasn't any good, like, at all. Because, I mean, I like pickles. I like sour, like, you know, I like pickles and I like sour, but I just don't know if I would like sour pickles. Yes, yes. You know what I love? That's why I love the chat here, Mud. Because, like, we just go with it. One of us says something kind of almost inappropriate, and we just all run with it. It's very, very adolescent of us, and I love it. Okay, have you ever played this game, Bean Boozled? And they have, I can't even read those. That's too small even with my glasses on. But these have those weird flavors. Have you ever played that game? Beer flavored jelly beans. I don't know about that. Oh, so this one has Shiraka, Jalapeno, Carolina Reaper, Habanero, and Cayenne peppers. Fiery 5 challenge. This one has wet dog. Ooh. Some nasty stuff right there. Tiffany likes cold pickles. Yeah, hot pickles are yeah. Yeah, who would, like, why, right? Yeah, exactly, Alan. Wet dog, here, eat a wet dog jelly bean. I don't think so. And this is the dentist's favorite spot here. This is all the jelly candies. Now we got the big old lollipops back. All right, let's go get our coffee. I need to go get my coffee now. All this sweet stuff is like... I mean, who was the person that had to do the taste test for the wet dog or, you know, stinky sock jelly bean? Like, oh yeah, no, this one needs a little bit more fur in it. I mean, seriously. Some of the black ones were skunk flavored. Ugh. How do you even come up with that flavor, skunk? I don't even know. Like, what does skunk taste like? They're the individual pieces. They're only $6. They're really not that bad. You had some friends that worked at Jelly Belly? There we go. These are actually really good. I've had those before. The Dubai chocolate strawberry cups. Yeah, the new guy had to choose those ones, right? Ass. There's really one called ass mud, really? Who's eating the ass? So what did you do at work today, honey? I ate some ass. Some ass jelly beans. Dubai chocolate cotton candy, okay. Skunk tastes like ass. Why does it not surprise me that you know what both of those taste like, bud? I'm trying to keep this at least a little R-rated. Hey, what's up, man? All right, I'm gonna grab the coffee tonight.
You want a coffee?
Yeah.
Well, what do you want?
The dark chocolate.
Mocha?
Yeah.
Hot or cold?
Hot. Yeah. Let me put you guys down for a second. He said it tastes like skunk. So how do you compare what the skunk and what the ass tastes like? There's some Dubai chocolate too. You get bored up there, yeah, okay. So there's that lemon tart, but this is what I really want to try. I want to try that pistachio tiramisu cup. That looks freaking awesome. You could have sat down there and ate. You could have sat down there and ate. I thought that's what you were going to do. Yeah, go down. I'll just walk down for a couple minutes, alright? Look at them cinnamon rolls. They look so good. Cool.
I got you a double large.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Enjoy. Thanks for shouting us out.
Oh, no problem. Here, throw that in the tip jar down.
Yeah, we appreciate that a lot.
Oh, okay. No problem, man. Have a good one. There's some. So I had the other night. I had the what were they? Oh, I think they were the coffee macarons and the chocolate ones. They were so freaking good. But yeah, definitely, if you guys are out here and you're in the promenade, definitely check out Sweet Sin. It is like, it's the best. I've been coming here since basically, I don't know, since we moved out here and stuff. And I was like looking for coffee one night, and me and Jay were walking through here, and I forget what we got. We got a dessert, and then we got a I got a coffee also, and I was like, man, that is freaking awesome coffee. And it's right outside the Flamingo here. What did I get? I got the dark chocolate mocha. So he hooked me up with this one this time. That dude's awesome. But every once in a while they'll give me a free coffee or something, which is cool. I mean, I've never have a problem paying for it. So I usually just give them a decent sized tip. There's Jay right there. Mauricio, what's going on? But yeah, their coffee is, I really like it. The chocolate that they use in the coffee is really good. It's like a really good mixture of coffee, a good balance. I don't want to say mixture. It's a good balance of the coffee and the espresso. We're gonna have to get Jay to make a Neon City Jay YouTube so that we all know when she comes in. So I'm glad. I'm actually kind of glad Jay missed the whole jelly bean conversation. Where maybe she didn't say anything. Like, she's probably like, these freaking people. Yeah, the strip is vibing tonight. This is a busy weekend. Even with SEMA just leaving yesterday, closing shop yesterday, a lot of people that go to SEMA extended through the weekend. You're still seeing a lot of those like super nice trucks riding up and down the strip. I think some of them trucks we saw yesterday probably cost more than my house. Yeah, she's probably going to be like, what was the jelly bean conversation? And I'm going to have to tell her. And she's going to be like, y'all are nasty, yes. So we're going to go from here. As soon as my son's done eating, I'll give him some privacy, and then we'll go down to Bellagio and check out the conservatory. It'll probably be our last trip through the conservatory before they start changing it over. And then we'll be through there quite a bit as they're changing it over. But we already know that there's going to be gingerbread houses, which is cool. It is Bean Boozle's fault. It is. Yo, that might be fun one night. Maybe I'll get one and we could do a live stream. And when next time one of our followers, next time one of the chatters are out here, we'll play Bean Boozle. Alan, you have a great night, man. Hopefully they're donating to you. Hit and run, Alan, hit and run. Stand near a trash can. Why do you want me to stand near a trash can? I'm sure they are freaking horrible, but I think that would be fun. That would be like something fun that we could do with one of you guys. I don't know, I guess that's a good deal. 5-hour shots. I haven't done shots in over 5 years, so I couldn't tell you what a shot costs or tastes like anymore, but oh, so when we play, yeah, I'll have a little bucket. I'll keep a little bucket with me. Jay's being awfully quiet. I think she's trying to figure out what we're talking about. Guys, welcome in, welcome in. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're smashing that like button like Murakami says. Introduce yourself to our community here. I'm Jimmy. Jay is at home. We're Neon City Walkers. And you guys in the chat are our chatters. Yeah, I hope she's not. This is a great bar. Favorite bistro. Great happy hour. Always have live music. That's one of our spots. That's the first time we met Teddy Rack. That's where we met up. Had a happy hour there. Up here on the left is Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club. Not a huge fan of that. They were pretty rude to us in there. Brooklyn Bowl, we have not checked it out. I want to go there and bowl, actually. I want to take my son. My one son's a really good bowler. He's trying to get back into it, join a league. So I'd like to take him there. Everyone say hello to Murakami. Murakami's new here. Thanks for joining Murakami. Hopefully you can offer something to the chat. This is pretty much the end here. Oh, I think we walked past it, didn't we? Oh, the Honolulu Cookie Company. That's right up here. Their cookies are so freaking good. Mud, long time watcher, first time chatter. Thanks for joining the chat, bud. Appreciate it, appreciate it. So if this is your first time joining us, we have a lot of fun in this chat. So join in, join in. They have a female singer that's here sometimes. She is awesome. I forget her name, but she has a beautiful voice. Take my glasses off to try to find my son. I thought I saw him when I walked past earlier. Yeah, I saw that because they just put that in operation, didn't they? The one in Dubai? Another bad parenting moment in my life. Lost my son. Where'd he go? You know what it is? All these kids nowadays have all the same haircut. They all have that like llama haircut. So I see this kid, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, no, that's not my kid. All right, ready? I think Dubai is getting a sphere. Yeah, you know the hair. It's like short on the sides, all fluffy on the top. It's like constant bedhead. Yeah, they do want everything Vegas has. Now, you know what I want that they have? They have that indoor skiing over there in Dubai. I would love if Vegas did like an indoor ski mountain. That would be super cool. Then I wouldn't have to freeze my ass off when I go up the mountain with the boys. But this year should be better because now my one son's driving, so he can drive them up there. I don't have to take them up there. But you know, I'll go up there the first couple times to make sure that he's okay driving those roads, because some of them, especially if there's snow on them, then I'll probably drive if there's snow on them or drive with them. But if you've never drove up to Lee Canyon, it could be pretty hair-raising coming down the mountain when it's a little bit icy, because there's no guardrails in a lot of places. How's the tourist industry at? It's down, just like the numbers are saying, but as you're seeing on the live stream, it's still pretty packed out here. Those numbers, if you average them out, you know, on any given day, it comes out to be about 10,000 less tourists for that per day in those particular months. So, you know, not really something that you notice. Yeah, so a lot of times going up to Lee Canyon, you have to put the chains on the tires, or you need the snow tires. So, well, Paul, it all depends on where you're at, right? We're at the Link Promenade. It's usually not as packed, but if you go up Fremont Street or, you know, more center strip, you'll see much bigger crowds. So, yeah, they have those Latin nights, the DJs. Equivalent observation wheel to the Las Vegas High Roller in Britain. Yeah, it just drove down. We'll probably see it again. Yeah, I'm not sure how big the one. I'm going to trust Murakami on this one, that observation wheel in Dubai is a little bit bigger. Yeah, so I mean, Paul, it all depends on where you're at out here, right? So if we walk down to the south end of the strip, you know, you're not going to see as many people, especially if we walked between like Excalibur and Mandalay Bay. If we walked and took the strip down that area, you're not going to see anybody. But if you walk through the casinos, the connectors, took the tram down there, you're going to see tons of people down there. It all depends on where you're at. On TikTok, I have a few videos where we're standing outside of the Bellagio fountain. It's packed as shit, and we take a few steps a different way, and there's nobody there. You know, so it's all the perspective, the camera angles, and all that stuff. But it is true that tourism is down. I'm not going to say it's not, but it's not as bad as people make it out to be. And hotel occupancy isn't really a super reliable gauge on the tourism industry, because that counts for how many rooms are rented out, not how many people are actually in and staying at the hotel. So it's just how many rooms. So if there's 1,000 rooms and 800 are rented out, that's 80%, right? You know, they don't know how many people are staying in each of those 800 rooms. Kingfish, you are absolutely right. $50 resort fee, $30 parking is terrible. It's outrageous. Definitely something that Vegas and the casinos can fix. Now, Caesars is trying to fix it for the locals, Sunday through Thursday. It's free, you know what I mean? So the weekends, you still get your 3 hours. Some places are reduced their resort fees or done away with them for locals. But Kingfish, you're absolutely right. You're not going to get an argument from me about resort fees or parking fees. Not always, Gabriella. Parking is free for certain tiers, definitely, but if you ask, they may do it, and they may say no. These are the guys that'll have you stand here for about 45 minutes, promising you a great show and a jump. But if they don't get enough in tips, they're not going to do it. Gabrielle, listen, I don't deny that you guys did at one point, but I pulled into Caesars about 3 months ago. Didn't realize that it was event parking until I had already taken the ticket and went through the turnstile. And it took me 20 minutes of arguing with the parking attendant, saying, dude, I took the ticket and turned around inside. They still wanted me to pay the $40 for the event. So, you know, they were like, nope, another time. Caesars is the worst. I'll shit on Caesars about parking. So Caesars, we were stuck in a line at Caesars with one arm opening. The other two were broken with cones in front of them, and they had a line that went 3 floors up on the parking garage, and they were forcing people to pay, even though we were stuck in this line. And they're like, well, you should have left earlier. They were more worried about, so yeah, Yeah, Gabrielle, I mean, sometimes you get some really nice people and they're like, but lately Caesars has been really nickel and diming, especially when it comes to parking. When 50 Cent was here, I tried to park at the Link the one day at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and they already had wasn't playing until I think 9 o'clock that night. So 8 hours earlier, they were like, you know, Cosmo today. I parked at Cosmo, and when I left Cosmo at 5:30 or 6 o'clock, that they had their event signs put up for whatever event was happening tonight. So go Birds, there we go. So parking is definitely a shit show out here. Now, being from the East Coast, Philadelphia, if I went to Center City and we were going to see a play or going out to dinner, you have to pay for parking. It's all paid parking. And, you know, New York City, Washington, D.C., everywhere you go, you're paying for parking. So, but out here, I just feel like, you know, you're going to a casino, you should be getting your parking for free. Whether you're a local, whether you're staying as a guest or you're just there for a couple hours to throw some money in the machine. Now, I heard Atlantic City is starting to charge now. So, which is pretty shitty. I mean, just give me another reason not to go to Atlantic City. I got to pay for parking in Atlantic City. But I can tell you from a local's perspective, and why a lot of locals get really angry about it is, if I was parking, say I was coming up here to see a Cirque show, and you know I get the 3 hours free parking, right? But I wanted to go out to dinner beforehand or go to a happy hour beforehand. I get there at 6 o'clock, right? I do an hour happy hour. The show starts at like 7:30. Right, so I'm already an hour and a half in it. The show is a 90-minute show or 75-minute show, 80-minute show, whatever it is. That just ate up my 3 hours of parking. Now, it's an extra hands, you know, a lot more rowdier crowd, and I don't mean rowdy in a bad way, but the Link Promenade is a little bit more calm, family friendly. That would be the main difference, I would say there, Paul. Yeah, a lot of places you can, but I have mixed feelings about that, though, parking at my employers, right? Because I either got to use my badge to get in and out. And then, you know, I don't like my employer knowing what I'm doing on my off hours. That's just me personally, so. You know, then I'll say I'm out late, and then, you know, I'm late the next day. I don't want them to be like, whoa, you know, you were out till 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, I don't want them knowing that. So now this side of the strip definitely gets a lot more busy. It's the Magic Man. What's up, man? Seen it. The stickers. I gave you the stickers. Oh, yeah. How you doing, man? How you doing? Good, good. How's it doing, Magic? Well, if I walk past, yeah, I'm streaming.
Hey, my name is Magic Man. Welcome to Magic Land in Las Vegas on the Strip.
Yo, you got to check this dude out outside of CVS.
I am the shit.
He is the shit.
Thank you, brother.
He had us going one night, man.
Appreciate you guys,
no problem, man. If I'll stop next time you got one. Yeah, well, that's why I like parking other properties. I don't want to park in my property because if I'm parked at my property, I don't want my employer knowing what time I was in and out. I don't even like when my employer knows I'm at work. I like to just go to work and try to just blend in. They forget I'm there, so I don't have to do too much work. So this side of the strip is a lot more busy because that side of the strip you can't walk down right now because of the grandstands. So everybody's forced over here, so it's a little bit tougher. So if I'm not paying attention to the chat, it's because I'm trying to walk through and not bump into people. Well, you're a boss, Mud. Everybody knows where the boss man is. Oh yeah, I don't like when the higher up bosses are around. That's why I love my days off. I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday, right? And this is my thought. We're having Tuesday and Wednesday off, and why it's so good to have a Tuesday and a Wednesday off. So when I come back to work on Thursday, everything's already, the shit has hit the fan, all that stuff. They're busy trying to figure out how to fix things and what to do for Friday. Friday comes around, everybody's mind is on what they're doing for the weekend, so they kind of leave you like, you know, leave us alone. Saturday and Sunday, there's really no big bosses around unless there's a big problem. Come Monday, everybody that's there, all the bosses are trying to figure out what was all fucked up from the weekend. So they kind of are like, you know, in all their meetings trying to figure out, you know, all that stuff from the weekend. And then I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, by the time they got things figured out and have everybody doing all the work. So that's my thoughts on why Tuesday and Wednesday are the best days off. Somebody said Beer Park. They went past there. Beer Park, yeah, they actually have a pretty decent cheesesteak in there too. Really good views of the fountain when the grandstands aren't there. Paul, good places for food. Well, I can't tell you where the good places for beer are because I don't drink. I don't, almost 6 years without a drink. So I can't tell you where the good beers are. But if you're looking for somewhere you don't have to go really far for really good restaurants, anywhere in Cosmo is really good. Highly recommend Beauty in Essex. That's our favorite spot in there. And yes, lots of moons out tonight, Mud. And now I'm all distracted. And Beauty in Essex, the Pablo, China Pablo in there is really good. STK has some great happy hours. Now, we do a lot of happy hours. My wife drinks, but I don't. Not her problem, it's my problem. So, but yeah. Americano and Planet Hollywood. Planet Hollywood, I really like La Salsa Cantina. Yeah, La Salsa Cantina in Planet Hollywood. That's a really good spot. We've gone there for happy hours. Pretty cheap. And actually, they have great breakfast deals there, and Blondie's. It's $5.99 and $6.99 for breakfast there. I see what you did there, bud. But yeah, I mean, we have a pretty decent TikTok channel that has a lot of recommendations and things like that. We don't do like food reviews. We mostly are about good times, vibes, things like that. You know, that's mainly what we're about. I'm not going to tell you how flaky my pastry was or anything like that. El Segundo Sol is great. We've gone there for Thanksgiving dinner 2 Thanksgivings ago. Happy Camper, always great for a happy hour. Great vibe in there. They're both at the Fashion Show Mall. There are some pretty good rules there, Victory Pedal Cab. So we're gonna walk through the insanity now. I think we're gonna take the shortcut. Well, it's not really a shortcut, but I like walking the covered pathway to get to Bellagio. Stay out of some of the crowd over there that everybody's trying to see the fountain from the side view. Now the side view at the fountain is going to be shut down probably next week at some point for some more F1 stuff. So this is one of the ways that I recommend going if you want to go into the Bellagio. Yeah, what's Las Vegas, come for a vacation, leave on probation. Yeah, Metro really doesn't mess around out here. So they will lock you up pretty quick. No, I hear you, Paul. Yeah, we started on TikTok like about 1.5 years ago. So, you know, we've been living in Vegas for 5.5 years. Since June of 2020, right in the middle of COVID, we moved out here. So this is like one of those areas that you could totally do a Vegas is dead video, right? We just saw how crowded the strip was, but a lot of people don't remember that this walkway is here. So it's usually pretty quiet up here. Much easier to walk up here than it is up on the side, down on the sidewalk, right next to the fountain. Right next to the fountain, that right now is so packed, you kind of have to walk into the street, and I'm not trying to get run over there. So, but we'll show it from the other side. Have you ever been here, Paul? I forget if you said that. So you can see the fountains from up here. I have a video. I show you all the different spots that you can see the different views from the fountains. Up here, there are several spots that you can stop and see. Really good views where the trees are not so much in the way. I'm just zoomed out pretty far, so that's why you see that. Never been out west. Paul, you're gonna love it out here. Even if you are a little bit introverted, all that. There's plenty to do, plenty of quiet places in Vegas. There's a lot of spots that I like to go during the live streams, especially our daytime live streams. Sit down, enjoy some coffee, just kind of just kind of quiet, you know. Down by New York, you have the park. That's a great spot to just kind of sit and chill. Not a lot of people, unless there's like an event at T-Mobile Arena. Live in the mountains of North Carolina, nice. I don't know if I could do the mountains. I don't know if I think I need to be around people. Although I do like going out into the desert by myself or with my son or something. I have not seen the $3 million yacht while the fountains have been running. Every time I've seen it, it's just been sitting on its dock, anchored up, so. All right. So this is, we go back here. This takes you right up into the lobby. And the problem with showing the fountains during on a YouTube live is the copyright stuff. So, you know, I just got to figure out how to like change up the settings on here so that I can either mute it or have my own little playlist over it. Yeah, Lee Canyon. Oh, look. This is what happens when you push. These people got stuck. That's why you don't push, Mud. Lee Canyon, yeah, it's good skiing. It's not the best. I mean, if you drive like maybe another 2.5 hours, you can get up to Brian Head up in Utah, which is much better skiing. Yeah, the copyright laws. Almost every single time I end my live, I have to do the edits before I can publish it out and let people watch it again. And those edits can take a couple hours, if not all night, for it to erase 15, 30 seconds of a clip of a song. So that's what I'm gonna do, Murakami. I'm gonna mute it and have some playlist of songs. It's right around to the left. Yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful ceiling. This is the, was it Como de Floro, I believe is the name of the ceiling. I'm probably saying it wrong. It's a $10 million ceiling. The artist was Chihuly. He actually did not make the ceiling himself. His apprentices did it because he was no longer creating art when he was commissioned for this. Yeah, he's gotta. He had to run to the bathroom. All right, so this is gonna be super packed. So I don't know. Since tomorrow night is the last night, yeah, I think Chihuly, he suffered an injury like in the 70s, and he just basically taught people his technique. Oh, it looks like they've turned off some of the water features in here too. The frog queen over there is not spitting her water out no more. Oh shit, Murakami, you're right. Why am I saying the ninth? So yeah, I guess they're getting ready. They're probably draining that. So yeah, this is the last night, right? Say goodbye to the frogs, the little spy frogs up there. Yes, this was definitely not as fun as the zebras. The stories weren't as easy. Yes, lots of shrooms and poppy. It's like they had their own little cartel of going on in here. Prime time, yep, they're getting ready. Tonight is the last night, so probably around 4 a.m. is what we gather, is when they normally start to break this stuff down. Tomorrow afternoon, if we come by here, it will be half of this stuff will be down by tomorrow afternoon if we come in here. Just one last shot of the waterkin. It is like crazy packed in here. Yeah, this was a very beautiful display. I'm trying to zoom that out a little bit for you guys. Get a little bit of a better. I think it looked the best. So Victory, we were talking about this a little earlier, and I've talked about this a million times on our TikTok live streams. When you average that out, right? If you average out 300,000 less people, 400,000 less people over the 31 days, you're looking at around, 10,000 less people per day. That's not really something that I think visually you see. I think it's more of a numbers thing. The RevPAR and all that stuff that gets affected by less visitors. The occupancy rates, being lower, that doesn't give you a clear picture. Because like I said earlier, if there's 800, if a 1,000-room hotel has 50% occupancy, 500 rooms, you don't know if there's 1,000 people or 1,500 people in them rooms. So occupancy is just based upon how many rooms are rented, not how many people are actually occupying the hotel at any given point. So it's really hard to get numbers like that. There's a lot that goes into figuring out how many people were here at any given time. So I have noticed it because I do work in the industry. I have noticed when we have had less people here, but as a visual number that you see on a lot of these videos, no. The casinos are still making money. They're just not making as much money. So, gambling is up, so they're still in the black for the most part. So it's not as bad as people want to make it out. The internet loves negativity. So negativity is a lot easier to sell than positivity. So any way that you can swing the statistics that give it a little bit more of a negative slant, you're probably going to get more views on your videos, even if the numbers are being manipulated a little bit. That's my take on it. You know, when people say that Vegas was so much busier 25 years ago, those numbers 25 years ago, they were in the high 20 million, 30 million visitors per year, and nowhere near the 36 to 40 million visitors we're getting nowadays. So I don't see how Vegas was busier with less people 25 years ago. I lived here in 97, 98, and you know, remember, a lot of these casinos that people go to now didn't even exist back then. So well, I think that tourism everywhere has busy seasons, slow seasons, right? I mean, if you do a daytime live stream now, this time of year, and I do daytime live streams on Tuesday and Wednesday mornings, all summer you barely saw anybody out on the strip. You know, 10, 11, 12 o'clock, you barely saw anybody. Now, you see people all over the place, right? Because the weather's a lot cooler. So, yeah, exactly, Mud. They were forced outside, so it all looked busier. So, let's just stand here and people watch for a minute. All right, I'm back. So, if you think about it, right, back in the early 2000s, Cosmo, Aria, that whole city center, that did not exist, right? So from like, you know, they didn't open up until 2009. So a lot of these places that everybody talks about being so busy all the time, they're the ones that kind of spurred the teen years in Vegas being so popular and us breaking records out here, you know, with the visitors in 2016 and all, you know. Because really, I mean, if you remember old school Vegas, like where the Aria stands now, that was the Boardwalk Casino, right? That place was like a kind of a shithole, but that was my favorite favorite casino on the entire strip. I loved it there. As a matter of fact, that was my first job in Vegas. I was a dishwasher in there. So, do I like any resort over the others? No, I mean, you know, if you take into account, like, you know, you have Venetian and Palazzo, Wynn, Fontainebleau, Resorts World, they're all like independent. They're not attached to MGM or Caesars. But, you know, overall, like if you were going to say center strip, I would probably go with Aria or Cosmo as my two favorite places right now. I love New York also. I have some luck in New York, and actually I have some Planet Hollywood. Amy, I hear that Park MGM has really comfortable beds. It's beautiful in there. I would like to try to maybe stay up at the Nomad. That would be where I would want to stay if I was at Park MGM. I remember the Aladdin before it was Planet Hollywood. The Aladdin was really cool. I loved those themed casinos in the late 90s and early 2000s. I thought that was great. And even Planet Hollywood, I think when it first opened, was a lot more themed than it is now. So this is the side view that we could watch the fountains from. We're gonna walk down this way on the curb. Hopefully we don't get run over by one of these taxis, but you can see how crowded it is. This from about, maybe a little bit further down, from about, it's got a nice mist from the fountains show. Up here a little bit more is where they're gonna shut it off. And then you'll be forced to take either that upper walkway I was showing you, or the sidewalk over here. You don't have to gamble to have fun out here. I mean, I'm out here probably six nights a week, 5 nights a week, and I rarely gamble. You know, I love the people watch. That is totally one of my favorite things. I don't even know how many. You know what? I don't get to see stats like you guys coming in, hitting the like button. Hopefully you're subscribing. 145 subscribers, which I think is great. We've really been getting some good numbers lately. When my wife is out here, you'll see we are really interactive with you guys in the chats. We love to talk, interact, answer questions. So yeah, welcome in. And the name of our community, for those of you who are just joining, the people in the chat, the people that are in our community, they are the Neon City Chatters. We are the Neon City Walkers. Me and Jay, we walk, you guys talk. So a lot of times when it gets busy, where I get distracted looking at something else, you guys in the chat usually have a great chat going on. So you're a people watcher, awesome. Prime time, that, you know, that's a lot of people are like that out here. A lot of locals don't gamble. A lot of locals don't drink. You know, a lot of locals don't go to the casinos, whether it's the strip or a local property. You know, me and my wife, oh, look at that truck. There we go. He was at SEMA. I remember, I think I have a video of him on one of our videos. That truck is nice. Paul, definitely miss all the old shows that no longer exist. One of the things I really miss is is the lounges back in the day. Like you could go in the casinos, all the bars had lounges. They had like some kind of half-ass Elvis impersonator, you know, or somebody, the Supremes or somebody, and you just sit there, have a couple drinks that were modestly priced, and you know, just had a fun night. Yeah, I mean, back then I used to drink. You know, I quit drinking 5.5 years ago, 6 years ago. You know, now people are like, how do you out all the time? How do you go to happy hours? And how do you go here and you don't drink? It's like, oh, it's not part of my life anymore. And, you know, I don't need it to have fun. And it's just as fun walking around and doing this. It's probably more fun walking around live streaming sober than it is trying to do this drunk. Yeah, the lounges. I used to love the lounges. You know, I think Harrah's had some of the best lounges back in the early 2000s. Yeah, the TI show supposedly is coming back for one night, October 2nd. You know, hopefully it generates enough interest that the executives there at TI decide it may be something to invest in, right? I really think Treasure Island needs to bring the show back because they're going to have that big ass guitar right next door. So people will pass that guitar to go see the pirate show. That's for sure. Good for you, prime time. Peppermill, yeah, you know what? We haven't been to the Peppermill in quite a while. And this is when it gets insanely stupid here. Everybody is, look how many people are just trying to cross the street. I've never been to Barry's, but we've been to Top of the World years ago, and it was awesome there. And the one thing I really miss is the original Hard Rock. That was our go-to spot for me and Jay. We used to come out when we before we lived out here. That was the first hotel we ever stayed at. We lived here in 97, 98, and then we went back east. But almost every time we would come out, we would go to the Hard Rock. And we would go to the Hard Rock, stay at the Hard Rock, then we would stay at a strip property. But yeah, I love the Hard Rock. We have not been out to Sam's Town in a while, quite a while, bud. That's on our list of places to go. That's all the way on the other side of town. That's quite a hike for us. So now we got to cross. You know what? It might just be better. Come this way. We're going to take the long way. This is like too crazy right there. I don't want to get run over. Not tonight.
Strip clubs tonight, guys. Strip clubs.
Yeah, Tropicana, you know, really dropped off, I think, in the mid 2000 teens. I think Tropicana really started to drop off. It was really fun early 2000, late 90s. But, you know, it just really never did anything to draw people in. Yeah, that's when we're gonna head out there, Mud, to see the Christmas display. I said that is all the way on the other side of town. That's probably a good 40 minutes for us, but we'll make that trek. Yeah, we got to look for the Neon Museum, Ethel M's Cactus Garden. That's fun. And then you also have the downtown Summerlin parade. That's cool. But if you're gonna go do that, you have to definitely get there super early, because parking is a nightmare. So we're gonna cut into Cosmo, go up and then across the pedestrian bridge over to Planet Hollywood. It may glitch. It glitched here earlier when we were on TikTok. So hopefully it's all right now. Something that you don't get to see, guys that follow us over on TikTok. We never get to go into the casinos. We would have been cut off right now if we did that. But we're just gonna head up and out and over because I need to go get to bed. 5 o'clock comes super early.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Enchant, Mud. Joanna, welcome in. That's what that's called. That's called Enchant out at the Aviator Stadium. That's really cool. They have ice skating out there. Cosmo's not doing their ice skating this year. So I think they're setting some kind of F1 crap up on the boulevard. So yeah, they have the 2 high heels. They have the one down in the lobby, and then they have the one up here on the 2nd floor. Lori, welcome in. There's that unicorn for those, and the striped zebra. There's that floozy striped zebra. If you guys aren't from never saw us on TikTok, we had a lot of fun with the summer display here over at the Bellagio with the zebras. We made up quite some good stories about that, and then we found that striped zebra in there. So yeah, that's the floozy, right, Joanna? That's the one that broke them up. So yeah, this chat goes off the rails every once in a while with just randomness, but it's super fun. We have a lot of fun. So this is the bridge that takes you over to Planet Hollywood Miracle Mile, and you can see they already have this all blocked off like the other one at that takes you over from Caesars to the Cromwell, and then the one from Treasure Island to the Venetian is covered up. So I think they have all the bridges covered up at this point on the Strip. I think that is why. Yeah, that criminal misdemeanor thing is really not geared at tourists stopping to take pictures. That's more geared at people trying to panhandle or set up shop on these pedestrian bridges. But they will tell you to move on if you're taking too long taking a picture or video, and there is someone up there. But technically, yeah, they could stop you for that. Now this is a really good spot too if you guys are looking for some nice Mexican. Rosa Mexicano. Great outdoor seating. They have a really good happy hour in there too. It's like drone footage. Yes, everyone listen to the great and all knowledgeable Murakami. Please subscribe and turn on your notifications. We do live stream several times a week, Tuesday and Wednesday mornings, a lot of times after work, around 4 o'clock Vegas time until about 5:30, and then we usually come back out at night a couple times a week, and just randomly, we're trying to set up a more scheduled live stream schedule, but me and Jay both work. We got a bunch of kids, a bunch of adults.
I be gonna grab the bitch that wants to deuce me, yeah. If she can't do it with the yellow with the black, or like Pittsburgh, they cut no slack. Basically, know she can't do it with that orange and the drinking. She's dripping, she know what she is. I'm in Las Vegas, I'm going to swerving. She can't do it with that booty, got purpose. Jump in your booth and I don't got a right to be over the same. I don't know her name in a black dress. What can you do with the back?
So let me ask you guys a question. Based on the crowd that you're seeing on our live stream here, what do you guys think about the crowd out here tonight for a Saturday night in November? And if you haven't checked out some Fremont Street tonight, I'm sure Fremont Street is super packed tonight too. Any major events this coming week? I'm not sure about this coming week. I think it's a pretty good crowd myself. Especially since, you know, SEMA ended yesterday. So a lot of, you know, that was a huge amount of people here for SEMA. Medium, high, average. All right, cool. Fremont was overwhelming from what Bear saw. Yeah, it's usually Fremont has been way more busy than the Strip. That's been a definite constant that I have seen this year. Throw my coffee out here. Check out the crowd over here. Golden Knights, yeah, Golden Knights are about to get out. How'd they do tonight? Yeah, I know it's somewhat early, but you know, I'm an early bird a lot of, you know, these nights. I gotta start, if I'm gonna be streaming at night, I gotta get myself back into the nighttime mode. I mean, that looks pretty busy right there, but this is again a bottleneck. Everybody's either forced coming this way or just lost in overtime. Yeah, that's up on Fremont, right? The Neon City Festival. I don't know if we're gonna do that. And we did not get our name from the Neon City Festival. We actually started, we got our TikTok name, Neon City Walkers, back I think in 2023. But then we never did anything with it. Victory, I'm not 100% sure. I don't like to give, I have an idea, but I don't like to give false information if I'm not 100% sure. I'll let you know. Yeah, we'll probably go check it out one night. All right, we're gonna make our way back up. So again, if we start going through the crowds and I'm not paying attention, it's because I'm trying not to bump into people. Next Saturday night at the Neon Festival, maybe we'll try to check it out. Like I said, so Jay works really odd random hours. That's why it's sometimes tough for the two of us to be out here together.
In case of emergency, just like the pandemic time.
Cards from,
Every people
well,
in
that's
this
how
world
he
I know
started
is
his
paid.
card collecting career.
I know that.
As a young lad.
Because the world stood still.
Don't walk and vlog, right? Yeah, it's hard.
Because they say that they said that everything, a lot of people, everyone, a lot of people died. After that plague, people will not again of their sexual immorality, of their unrighteousness, but they go on with their life. Look at what we are right now, after the pandemic. Pandemic is already a sign.
So that's what they were doing when they were kids. They were picking them up off the ground. They were picking them up off the ground, and we just kind of let them. And then when they got back to the hotel room, they were trading them over in the corner. So, and my youngest son took that experience of the trading cards that they hand out on the strip here, and turned that into a love of sports cards, and now has a pretty good little hustle with the sports cards. So that's why you should never stifle your kids and their experiences. You never know what it's going to turn into for them.
Suck my fucking balls.
My man is loaded. But yeah, he does the card shows and he sells stuff online, and he does pretty well with the trading cards. And it all started on the Las Vegas Strip with the stripper cards. Yeah, Vegas wasn't ready for that guy, for sure.
That was relatively impressive.
He probably spent a couple hundred hours on drinks tonight, and he's gonna go give it all back to the toilet god. Yeah, you gotta start somewhere, right? He was pretty young when he was like yeah, there's a lot of those people that Vegas can't handle as the night goes on, especially if you're up on Fremont Street. There's a lot of people up on Fremont Street that, you know, teach Vegas a lesson. You think, I'm going to drink Vegas under the table. Uh-huh. Yo, the Fat Tuesdays are horrible. They, oh. Yeah, Fat Tuesdays wasn't ready for Jay one night.
Hey guys, come see the magic show. Somebody come see my magic show.
Well, this is a pretty cool spot right here. Bottle Blonde. So this just opened up not too long ago, a couple months ago, right next to Old Red. What I like about it's got like an indoor-outdoor stage. So the stage is right by the windows. They keep the windows open. We'll walk past and see what's going on there. Maybe take a little walk through the bazaar shops and see. There's some good spots in there. Well, this is Bottled Blonde. I love the sign. Very old school Vegas-y. They just stand right out here. And that's the band up on the stage. The problem is if I stay too long, I'll get copyright violations. So. Red's always got a nice crowd in there too. M&M store, it's sugar. You know, one of them type of stores because they keep them colder than the other stores because of all the candy. They don't want it to melt. So if you want to cool off a little quicker, find yourself a candy shop. So. Giordano's. People from Chicago say that this is the tourist pizza. We have discussions about that all the time. Deep dish is not the Chicago pizza of choice, right? I think tavern pizza is. That's that thin, crackery type of crust, which is pretty good. I like New York style is my favorite. This just opened up about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Cholengos, tacos. It's got quite a line there. Now I think that this is probably one of the best karaoke bars in Vegas too. Smelly Cat, they're pretty streamer friendly. They let us live stream in there one night. It was pretty cool. Dave's Hot Chickens. I'm not a huge fan of chicken sandwiches to begin with, so I've never eaten there. Well, you get a nice crowd in there. Now, my favorite donuts, if you guys are donut people, Duck Donuts. And if you're a Jeep person, they got all these cool ducks that like the Jeep people buy and leave on each other's Jeeps. Oh yes, please no politics in here. We like to just try to keep positive Vegas vibes, good conversation, even if the conversation sometimes takes us to a negative place. There are politics involved with what's going on with the tourist industry and things like that. So it does get touched upon, but we do not take like hard stance political views in here. Try to keep religion out of things. You know, we want positive vibes. A lot of people can't be adults when they talk about those things. So, you know. Yeah, that's just a general statement that we always try to make. A little disclaimer, because there's no civil discourse in politics anymore. So we just try to keep the positive vibes flowing. And, you know, if we have to talk about and say, hey, why is tourism down? One of the reasons is because it takes longer to get a visa or something like that, right? I mean, that's a fact. And it's a reason that tourism is down. You know, but we're not going to harp on it. We're going to say, you know, how can they fix that? The people that need to fix that, right? I like to talk about what can Vegas fix, right? I want to talk about, let's eliminate parking fees, lower parking fees, lower resort fees. You know, go back to, you know, if I'm sitting at a slot machine, I don't got to wait 35 minutes until I spend $100 in a slot machine before you start giving me a drink. You know, I mean, I think it's ridiculous that if I sit down at a tabletop at a bar in a casino, that there's a little light that says, okay, you can give them a free drink now. You know what I mean? If I'm feeding $100 bills into a $100 bill in there, and I'm just taking my time relaxing, I should be able to have 2 or 3 beers in that hour I'm there, not have to cycle through whatever the amount is. How long is the Strip? The Strip is just under 5 miles. It's just over 10,000 steps from the sign to the Strat, which I think a lot of people would consider the Strip. Some people, you know, but if you go from the sign to the Strat, I think it's just under 5 miles.
I move my feet to reach that sun.
Yeah, I remember the Rio buffet used to be really good. I used to really like, I used to love the Rio back in the day. And then it took a real shit turn, the Rio. But they've been remodeling now for the past year and a half, 2 years or so. And they've really made some strides there. It's nice. Their food court is really good. They got great cheesesteaks. A place called Tony Luke's, if you like Philadelphia cheesesteaks. Very authentic. Tastes really similar to the original Tony Luke's at Front in Oregon in Philadelphia. Yeah, 10,000 steps. I usually leave work with between 10 and 13,000 steps. And then I usually get home after live streaming just north or just south of 30,000 steps. So, Alonzo, what's going on? Welcome in from Alabama. I think this is the same show that's going on since we came past here early in the live stream. These guys haven't done their jump yet.
Now this is how this works. The louder you guys scream, the faster your buddy's gonna spin. Alright, here we go. As soon as you start spinning,
She was like lost.
the louder you guys scream.
Nope. Vegas wasn't ready for this guy either. He fell out of his wheelchair. I don't really like to show those people, but sometimes you just have to. We're just walking the Strip. Took my son out for a little in and out, do a little live streaming, got a little coffee, just walking around, heading back. I got work. I got to get up at 5 a.m., so I don't stay out too late. one I told you to put a picture around. She was like blocking us from walking around. Is there anything going on at the at Sphere tonight? I think the Wizard of Oz plays on the weekends. So yeah, probably the Wizard of Oz was tonight. Sometimes we'll go around and just hang outside the Sphere, put the light show on, let you guys see the light show. That's always fun. That changes every couple weeks, every night. The rotation. They got a really cool Shepard Farley. If you're familiar with Shepard Farley, the artist, they have a lot of their artwork on there, which is really, really cool. They're one of our favorite artists. So this is the link. We were here earlier. We're gonna skip walking back down through there. Lots of moons in this area, Mud. This is, if you like astronomy and like to look at the moons, there's lots of moons up right at the entrance to the Lake Promenade. The Eagles are performing tonight. Are these the, oh, excuse me. They must be the new shows that they added. My opinions on In-N-Out. In-N-Out is probably the best fast food burger or like budget burger that you can get. They're all fresh, so they're not frozen patties like your other places. A lot cheaper than say like Five Guys. Yeah, I mean, I really like them. But if you're looking for like a better burger than like a fast food burger, for like a cheap burger option, if you go for the lunch special at the Oak Room at Venetian, it's $13 for a burger, fries, and a drink. You know, Five Guys out here, I think the burgers are like $13, which compared to Gordon Ramsay's, which we've just passed a little bit ago, which is between $18 and $50 for a burger. Five Guys isn't that bad. Mughal, I totally agree with you, buddy. I forget what you were going to say too. So Carnival Court, that's a great spot. It's a great little bar, live music, really good hair band, cover band, Spandex Nation plays there a lot. Great spot to just kind of sit and chill and listen to some music. And then inside here is the piano bar at Harrah's, which, I don't know, let me ask your guys' opinion, right? Which piano bar do you think is better? The one at Harrah's or the one at New York, New York? No, I'm gonna have to try a Five Guys because I have not had a Five Guys burger in a really long time. I'm gonna say probably 10 years. So I can't really tell you. I don't remember really what it tasted like. That and Wahlburgers. I haven't had Wahlburgers in a long time, but Mud, where's the Wahlburgers? The one down by Mandalay? That's the better one, you think? So there's the Hard Rock guitar and the Mirage, the old Mirage building in the back. And that purple glow that you see is from the purple neon lights at Harrah's. So where it's dark on the guitar, that is the glass. They've already started putting the glass in. They're doing some framing on the lower floors, it looks like. Through the windows you can see some of the ductwork going in for the HVAC system. So the one by Horse's Hose is better. Okay. I'll have to remember that for when I do try that. Let's check this out for a moment. Paul, I would try the flyover. I have not done the flyover, but I've watched the videos. The flyover looks really cool. That's down by New York, across the street from New York. You know, a lot of people think if you're a live streamer or a content creator that you've done like everything there is to do out here. But everything me and Jay do, we do on our own dime. So we kind of pick and choose what experiences we do. We like to go to shows and happy hours a lot, so. Oh, I just found where the likes are on here. Oh, we just hit 100 likes. How about that? I just slid over into a different view on my phone, and I just saw that the likes popped up. That's the first time I ever got 100 likes on a live stream on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Instantly awarded $20 in player.
Yeah, explore, especially if it's your first time out here, Paul. Explore. Walk around. Early mornings are a great time to walk around. The strip is pretty empty. You know. If you want to see some really cool stuff, walk down to the Luxor. Outside on the strip, they have the old Egyptian statues, things like that. Really cool. A lot of people forget that stuff's there because it's not somewhere that a lot of people walk.
Added to your club account and available for immediate download on your favorite slot or video poker machine.
But I have done Omega Mart. It was fun. I did it with my son for one of my sons for his birthday. It was pretty cool. It's kind of like an escape room, but different. There's a lot of thinking involved. There's some really cool escape rooms if that's your thing out here too. But yeah, I went. Oh, that's the wind tunnel right there. Walked right over the grate right by the. No, I was just saying that. Like, I see a lot of times people are like, "Oh, just walk in and tell them you're an influencer. Don't do this," and it's like that's not the way it works. But it's actually, I think it's. If me and my wife do anything that's sponsored, we definitely tell you guys. We do have some affiliate links that we share, and we let you know that we're affiliates for it. You know, we're pretty transparent people when it comes to that. The Marilyn Monroe grate, you knew exactly what I was talking about. Did you hear it take my breath away? When I walked over, it was like. So we'll get the ground view of the grandstands here at the Venetian. Then once we get past them, I think we're gonna sign off. I want to throw my phone on the charger. This way I can get in my car. I forgot to put it on the charger earlier, my phone, while we were walking. Jay's probably gonna yell at me for that because I just spent like 40 bucks on charging cords. I bought like 12 charging cords because the other day we were live streaming and my phone started to die and none of my cords were working. So went home, went on Amazon and bought a shit ton of cords. This way, bud. Oh wait, it's closed off now. Jeez. Oh, all right. We'll go this way. I'm actually gonna plug you in right now. It says 1.8. I'll have to edit that. I must have hit the delete button one too many times. Thanks for pointing that out. Here, hold on. So this is all drained out. Let me show you. Why I hook in the canals are drained. Tired? Yeah. All right, we're charging. We're good. Huh? 2 seconds. Ready? Well, the good thing is we could go right into Venetian here and right up the escalator. So but you know, yeah, I'm just gonna take you off the gimbal for a minute. The Venetian's one of the properties that are a little bit tougher with the live streaming. Hold it. Than some of the other properties. Especially if you have like a gimbal attached or something. They kind of really kind of look at you like kind of weird. So I think we just go right up and around. So, whoop. What's my favorite casino to stay at on the Strip? So the last time we stayed up on the Strip, I know this is going to sound crazy, but we stayed at the Waldorf the last time, and they don't have a casino there. I definitely want to check out staying at Cosmo as that's one of my favorite spots. The ceilings in here are just absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I mean, if I was going to stay south end of the Strip, I would do New York, New York. If money was no object, I'd probably stay at Encore. If I was going to stay more center Strip, I would probably say that's a tough one between Aria and Cosmo. But I would probably end up doing Cosmo just because it has the balconies. So but I definitely want to try Venetian. I mean, living here now is different. When we used to come out here, we would stay mostly budget, Horseshoe, Luxor, places like that, just because, you know, it was 6 of us traveling, me and Jay and our 4 kids. So Well, obviously Park MGM is going to be. Stay away from the Flamingo if you don't want smoky, right? Smoky, Flamingo is smoky. Most places, the ventilation systems are pretty good. And less people are actually smoking anymore, so. Bears, you have a great night. So we're gonna end the live over here when we get to the pedestrian bridge. So, but I appreciate all you guys that joined us tonight, everyone who gave us a like or subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys enjoy it. Jay will be joining me tomorrow night. Wow, this looks like we're going through a tunnel now. That's pretty cool. Jay will be out tomorrow night. We will be live tomorrow night, and so you guys will get to finally meet Jay. I don't know if she's been on the YouTube yet. So everyone, you have a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much.